Based on a true experience, I don't know if it was because I was exhausted, depressed, or still mourning, but I had a dream that shook me to my core. It happened just a few days after we buried one of the people closest to me, my cousin, Jason. In the dream, I found myself riding a small wooden boat. It was slowly drifting forward in pitch black darkness. At the center of the boat was an aquarium, small, but filled to the brim with water. I sat there, surrounded by silence and thick shadows. There was no light, no stars, just darkness for what felt like minutes. Eventually, I saw a faint glimmer of light in the distance. The boat finally reached ashore. I stepped off. The ground was wet, muddy, and covered with grass. As I looked around, something struck me. It felt familiar. This looks just like home, I thought. And it was. The layout was identical to our place, but something was different. There was no electricity, no lights. The roads weren't paved. They were soaked with rain, muddy and wild with weeds. The only source of light was the pale, eerie glow of the moon. Because the place felt so familiar, I started walking. The first place I went was our house. It looked just like it always had, only darker, damp, and quiet. I stepped inside, and there, standing in the dimness, was Jason. He was shirtless and sweating, but I wasn't scared. We were close. I slowly approached him, then I noticed he wasn't alone. There were two shadowy, human-like figures inside the house with him. He was shouting at them, telling them to leave. Get out of here," he yelled. And then I heard the sound of fists, fighting. I stood at the doorway, stunned. "Jason, is that you?" I called out. He turned to me, shocked. "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here," he said as he rushed toward me. "I don't know," I replied. "Who are those people inside? Why are you fighting?" He didn't answer. Instead, he pushed me out of the house and urgently said, "They're coming. You have to go. You're not supposed to be here. Leave." As the figures started to approach, I ran. I headed back to where the boat had dropped me off, but it was gone. No matter how hard I searched, I couldn't find it. I wandered in the darkness, scared and lost. Then I saw someone, an old man, the father of a friend. But he had died over 10 years ago. I remembered attending his funeral when I was still young. But here he was, walking near their old home, back and forth. His face looked decayed. His walk was strange, almost limping. Horrified, I hid and ran as fast as I could. Eventually, I reached my grandmother's house. She had passed away a year ago. The last memory I had of her was dancing the cha-cha with her on New Year's Eve. She wasn't sick. Her death was sudden. I hid by her gate, unsure of where to go, when suddenly someone grabbed my shoulder. It was an old woman in white. I almost screamed, but then I heard a familiar voice. "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here." I looked closely. Tears welled up in my eyes. It was my grandma. "Grandma, I don't know why I'm here. What is this place? Why can I see everyone who's already died?" She didn't answer that question. All she said was, "You need to go back. You don't belong here." She took my hand and led me back to the same shore where the boat had dropped me off. The boat was there again, waiting. She helped me climb in. Once I sat down, I looked at the aquarium in the middle. The water inside it was almost gone. The boat slowly started to move, heading back the way it came. As it drifted, the water in the aquarium continued to drain until it was completely empty. That's when I woke up. I was lying in bed, gasping for air, tears streaming down my face. It felt so real. I could still feel the weight of it. Why did I see them all again? Why did Jason and Grandma tell me I wasn't supposed to be there? And one question kept haunting me. What would have happened if the water in that aquarium had run out before I got back? What do you think that place was? Why did it look exactly like our home, but darker, silent, and cold?